Hello, today we're going to do Module 6, Lesson 3. Our objective is that we're going to create scaled bar graphs. A scale means that it's not, each line doesn't count as one. They're going to count as more than one. Okay, now remember that templates are needed for this lesson. They are attached to the back of your homework packet. Okay, we're going to start here with this application problem. Now, first we have to draw this. Now, this is not on your template, so I want you to do this on the back of one of your templates. You've got a blank piece of paper. I want you to draw some tape diagrams. So the first tape diagram I want you to do, put an A on the bottom, and I want 3 pieces of tape. We're going to make these vertical tape diagrams. Okay, and each one gets to be a 5. Then B, we're going to leave blank. C, I would like you to have 5 pieces of tape. 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and draw that with me. And each one is worth 5. Okay, now D has 2 pieces of tape. And E has 4. Okay. Now we're going to use these tape diagrams, and we are going to answer these questions. Okay, so let's read about this. The vertical tape diagram shows the number of fish in Sal's pet store. Find the total number of fish in tank C. Show your work. Okay, tank C. How many pieces of tape? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of tape. Each one is worth, it's terrible, 5. Each one, there's 5 pieces of tape. Each one is worth 5. Okay. Now, if each one is worth 5, and there's 5 pieces of tape, 5 times 5 is 25. Now let's write a statement. There are 25 fish in tank C. Good. Now, tank B has a total of 30 fish. Draw the tape for tank B. Now, we know each piece of tape is worth 5 fish. So, 30 divided by 5 is 6. So, I need 6 pieces of tape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Label it. We drew tank B. How many more fish are in tank B than A and D combined? Okay, well, let's see how many is in A and D. A and D would be 5, 10, 15. D is 10. So we have 15 plus 10, which equals 25. How many is in tank B? 30. So then we have 30 take away 25. 30 take away 25 is 5. So, there are 5 more fish in tank B than there is in A and D. Put your period. Okay, now we're going to use the same information to make the next graph. Okay, now we're going to clear this. We're going to use the same information on our next graph. Whoops. Nope, I want to go back. I'm going to clear this. Now, what I'd like you to do is pull out your very first template. It's template A. And you're going to see it looks similar to this as well. Okay, so now we're going to turn it into graphs. This one I'm going to write down here had 15, this one 30, this one 25, this one was 10, and this one was 20. Okay, this is our graph. We first have to start with a title. So what is this showing? This whole graph, it shows the number, let's write it up here, of fish in Sal's pet store. Okay, now let's mark our scale. So our scale is going to go over here, and this is going to be fish down here, and down here these are tanks. So please label that. Now right here we have 0 fish. Now remember, each one of those boxes was worth 5. So if each one of those boxes were 5, then each line gets to be worth 5. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35 up at the top. Okay, now let's make our graph. So A is 15. So we start up here. We draw the line on 15. Draw our lines down. And we shade it in. Okay. Now this one is 30. Draw your line on 30. Draw your lines down. Shade it in. Okay, now this one is 25. Here we go. Shade it in. Here we go. Now this one is, okay, this one is 10. Draw the line on the 10 line. See, here's the 10 line. Oops. Draw your line on the 10 line. Draw your lines down. Shade it in. E is 20. Draw it on the 20 line. Draw your lines down. Shade it in. Now you have drawn a tape diagram or a bar graph of the number of fish in Sal's pet store. Okay. Now, we're going to take the same information and we're going to put it on this next template. Take out your next template. And this one, let's see, this one had 15. I got to remember over here. This one had 30, this one had 25, 10, and 20. Okay, now, we're taking those vertical graphs, we're turning them horizontal. If that's the case, what is over here? What do I put for my label over here? I'm going to put that these are the tanks, which means that my scale is going to go along here. Okay, so let's put my scale down. So this would be 0 line, this would be 5. Go ahead and write it. 20. 25, 30, 35. That's good enough. Okay, so that's, if these are the tanks, then these have to be the fish. Do we have a title? Let's put the title. I can't put my title up at the top because you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to put my title over here. You go ahead and put it up on top. So these are number of fish in, I can catch up, Sal's pet store. Okay, now let's mark it. So this is 15, so find the 15 line, draw your lines, shade it in. Okay, this one, find the 30 line, right here, draw your lines, shade it in. Okay, next, 25, draw your lines, shade them in. This one is 10, draw your lines on 10, shade it in. Okay, now this one is 20, find the 20 line right here, draw your lines, and shade it in. Whoops. Okay, now we're going to put our information on the number line. So for my number line, I've got 0 fish over here. My most fish is going to be 30, but I'm going to go just a little bit over and do 35. So let's mark our scale on our number line. I'm not going to start with 1, I'm going to start with 5. I'm putting my whole scale there. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30, and I already have my 35 written down. Now, A was 15. So I'm going to put a dot here. I'm going to label it my tank A. Tank B was 30. Right here, dot, label it. Tank C is 25. Put your dot, label it. Tank D is 10. Put your dot, label it. And tank E is 20. Put your dot, and label it. This tells me that even with a number line or a graph, no matter which direction I turn it, I can find the answer to any question about this graph pretty quick, just about by looking at it. I can also do the same with a number line. You can tell right off by looking at the number line which tank had the lowest number of fish, because it's over here on the left. You can tell which one has the most fish by looking over here on the right. All right, good luck with your homework. See you soon.